I'm joined by Yianni Kourakis from WPRI in Providence, covers the Patriots every week of the year. And Yianni, let me start with this. What is it like in Patriots land now dealing with a 2-4 start? Is there mass hysteria? Is there a lack of understanding? What are the fans doing right now?
Oh my goodness. It's the first time really since going back to the 2001 season when Tom Brady was first taking over for Drew Bledsoe that there was uncertainty if this was A playoff team, or B, if the Patriots had the right guy at quarterback. So not only did the Patriots get off to a 2-4 season to start the year, but also with how Cam Newton's been playing and Jarrett Stidham and Brian Hoyer, whoever the quarterback is, there's just an uncertainty of what's next at that position post Tom Brady.
Let's start with the quarterbacks then. Tell me, what are the chances that Cam Newton plays all 60 minutes Sunday against the Bills?
Wow, that's a good question. I'll say 75% because I do think this is going to be a close game. I do have the Bills winning. The only way I see Bill Belichick taking him out again is if we see what happened against the 49ers, and that is just a blowout. I think the Patriot players acknowledging this week they didn't have the right effort, they didn't have the right energy. That's usually never a problem with this team. So I expect them, even if the personnel is not there, to at least fight hard enough to make this a game. And once you go permanent on the Cam Newton decision, I don't think you can go back. So I think Belichick's going to ride with them as long as he can. And really, this is a huge week, not only in the standings for the Patriots, but with the trade deadline coming up next week. And the Patriots trying to get younger, should they lose to the Bills, drop to 2-5, maybe Belichick looks at things and says, hey, maybe it's time to shop some guys out of town like a Stephon Gilmore, the defensive player of the year, who's been rumored to be in trade talks.
Well, how legit do you think those rumors are? They were a big surprise here in Western New York.
Yeah, so there's reports that even dating back to the offseason, listen, when they signed him for the big contract a few years back, leaving Buffalo, I think they got him when he was a little bit undervalued, and he continued to play great football, defensive player of the year last year. Then he looks at the cornerback market, he's sort of underpaid, so they gave him a little bump this year, but I don't know if the Patriots long-term think they're going to give him, at his age, what he thinks he deserves at cornerback. So if they think they can get some assets in trading him, I think they would do it. I still would be surprised. Belichick would essentially be throwing in the towel on this season. So that's why I think Sunday's outcome will really bear a lot onto what the Pats do next week.
I know the Patriots offensive line has been beset with not only injuries, but obviously COVID issues. What's the state of their health and readiness for this game against the Bills?
Yeah, last week was the first time since week 1 that everyone on the offensive line was back in their normal position. So David Andrews, their center, had a broken hand. He's back into normal. They played okay against the Niners, but the running game, which the Patriots have had to rely on this season, wasn't all that great. So they have the bodies there right now, but the play last week wasn't that great. And really, the Patriots have had to become a running team. And if you go back to week 2, week 1 against Miami, they ran the ball down their throat and won. Then week 2, in a near loss or a near win, loss on the last play to Seattle, they threw the ball everywhere. So at that point, we were thinking they could play through the air or through the ground. And then since then, the offense just hasn't had any rhythm. I think teams are putting more guys near the box to respect Cam as a runner because no one respects the Patriots passing game right now. Just a lack of weapons. Julian Edelman's hurt. So if I'm the Bills, I'm going to expect a lot of guys near the line of scrimmage because the Pats just aren't going to beat you over the top.
If there is to be a New England resurgence this year and they make the playoffs, we'll put the bar there, not necessarily win the division, what will the formula for that be?
I think it's just going to be running the football, mistake-free football. They've been turning the ball over a ton. Good defense and solid special teams. I mean, last year, towards the end of the year, as the Patriots were sort of going on their slide with Tom Brady, they weren't scoring a ton of points, but the defense was good, sound football, winning the turnover battle, and they got it done. So they're not going to blow anyone out right now, but they're just going to have to play sound football and win games 21-15, 24-21, that manner, for them to get done. But it all depends on Cam and if this offense can come to life. I think the defense is solid, but the offense right now just is not moving the ball.
Yianni Kourakis, WPRI in Providence. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.